All right, moving on to, so this is an interesting story. So federal agents in New Jersey arrested a business partner of DJ Envy for alleged real estate fraud. So Cesar Pina, he was featured on Envy's The Breakfast Club, was arrested for wire fraud. He allegedly defrauded dozens of victims through a Ponzi-like scheme. So DJ Envy was not charged in this, but many alleged victims claim that his celebrity influenced them. And Pina was released on a $1 million bond and is currently restricted to New Jersey. And if found guilty of wire fraud, he could face a maximum of 20 years in prison and significant fines. What do you make of all of this? And it seems like this person is in a lot of trouble.
Well, no question. You know, as a former prosecutor, I mean, wire fraud is one of the most serious charges, and the sentence can be up to 20 years. But I mean, you see folks like Elizabeth Holmes and Sam Bankman-Fried now is being prosecuted for. I mean, they're going to get double-digit years in federal prison, of course, if convicted. So the sentence is driven in large part by the amount of the fraud. And here we're talking about a pretty big number. And federal prosecutors, they're very good at prosecuting these cases. So the question is, what was DJ Envy's role? Was he an innocent bystander? Was he a victim too? Or was he a participant? And if he was, if Pena wants to point the finger at his business partner, then he can go from being a victim to being a defendant in the case.
Right. So, and even if he knew about, even if he wasn't directly involved, but did maybe know something about this and brought him onto the radio show to promote this person, is he almost guilty by association then? Even though he wasn't directly involved, but did have maybe a knowledge of what was going on?
That's a great question, and there's a lot of ways that he can be brought into this case. He doesn't have to be communicating with the victims directly or even getting their money. If there was an unlawful agreement between Envy and Pena where they were basically planning this, that's a conspiracy, and Envy would be on the hook for anything that happened as a direct result of that conspiracy, which would be the wire fraud, or he could be an accomplice. And again, I don't know if there's any evidence of any of this, but oftentimes when there's pressure on a defendant, they might point the finger at others. Some people call it ratting, some people call it snitching. So, you know, prosecutors are always careful to consider the evidence of someone who is a charged felon, but if there's evidence to back that up, then that's how someone can go from being an unindicted co-conspirator, someone who's not charged, to being charged in the case.